Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Arcata, and ladies, gentlemen, and others, welcome to the Mailbag Showdown, where I answer questions based on anime and otaku culture in general, along with other random stuff that randomly gets asked to me. If you would like to send in an email for this show, you can at mailbagshowdown@glassreflection.net. That is mailbagshowdown@glassreflection.net. And without any further ado, let's get started. When it comes to watching anime, what would you say is your favorite genre? I'm also a big cyberpunk enthusiast and want to know if there are any others besides Ghost in the Shell, Archmage 3, and a few others. Thanks. I don't really say that I have a favorite genre. I have a lot of favorite shows, and they're all from varying genres. What I like to see sometimes is I actually rather like romance anime. Call me, well, actually, call me whatever the hell you want. A hopeless romantic or just a weirdo in general, if you think so. But I do enjoy romance anime when they're done right. Which is, I have to stress that a lot, because there are a lot of romantic anime out there that just don't do it right. And I hate them. I don't hate them, but I just don't like them as much as I wish I could, which is unfortunate. And beyond that, I usually enjoy fantasy and sci-fi, and that seems to be my favorite genre, not just in anime, but in all forms of media. So I guess that's my answers, yeah. Romantic anime that's done right, and science fiction and fantasy. As for cyberpunk recommendations, I actually spent in one of my first summers reviewing, I actually spent more or less a whole summer doing nothing but shows involving cyberpunk, or the internet, or The Wired, as I would refer to it. So in that vein, I could recommend things like Serial Experiments Lane. I could recommend things like Technolize. I don't know if Ergo Proxy would count under cyberpunk, but it does have that kind of dark and gritty, post-apocalyptic kind of setting to it, but I don't really think it's cyberpunk. I would try out a show called Den Coil. It's not as dark as something like Ghost in the Shell, but it does deal with the internet and technology quite a bit. And yeah, try out with those and see how well they work for you. Thank you for your question. Next up. Hello, my good man Arcata. Remember me? Anyways, I have 3 questions that I would like to ask. Number 1, anime DVDs. Never bought them, but I am an anime geek who's watched a good handful of anime and never bought a DVD. Once. So tell me, where do you think is the best place to buy and order anime DVDs? Do anime DVDs contain both Japanese and English dubs? Well, when it comes to anime, to Japanese and English dubs, most of them do. There are very few that don't. Generally what you'll see is you'll see hybrid DVDs that contain both Japanese and English dubs and subtitles and so forth, but there are a lot of anime that are being released now that has Japanese only, so it'll just be Japanese with English subtitles and no English dub, and you'll see that a lot from publishers such as Aniplex and Sentai Filmworks to a degree. You won't see it from Funimation, because Funimation usually dubs everything, so they'll always be the Japanese-English hybrid. But when it comes to buying anime, I would suggest check out Amazon.com. I would also suggest to see if you can find, if there's any hobby stores nearby that might sell anime, and the best place where I normally buy all my stuff is a website called rightstuff.com, because they usually have ridiculously good deals when it comes to anime, and I usually just buy in bulk from there when I have the money. Alright, what's your second question? Do you remember how or why you got into anime? Also, what anime have you watched and thought, oh my, this soundtrack is a soundtrack that will pierce the heavens? Basically one that memorable. I don't know why I got into anime, I just watched anime as a kid and in early high school and just enjoyed it and just kept watching it. The why is because I just really enjoyed doing it, and that's basically my answer to that. And when it comes to shows with really good soundtracks, basically any soundtrack that was done by Yuki Kadra, especially the Garden of Sinners, Madoka Magica, and like Fate Zero series, and a lot of soundtracks by Yoko Kanno, so for Ghost in the Shell, Cowboy Bebop, and things like that. And also all the soundtracks from Ghibli, because those just blow my mind as well. And your third question, I was in one of your live streams a while back, and I wanted to add to my question stated then. It was about fan-made manga and anime. What if the manga and fanime that I've created was the utmost amazing, just like an actual anime quality? Would you still check it out or no? I'd probably check it out, but I wouldn't review it. It's like one of the same reasons why people have been asking me if I will ever do a review of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I only have so much time for my reviews as is, and I would like to stick to actual official anime whenever possible. And you really don't need a video from me to go and watch something like Avatar, for example. But I would probably check it out, and I might comment about it, I might even write a blog about it, but would I do an actual video review? Most likely not. So thank you for your question, and I hope I helped you in some way, shape, or form. Alright, and the final question for today. What is the appeal of the netro-rare subgenre? Okay, so I actually have no idea. Netarare, for those who are unaware, is basically shows like School Days. The official definition literally means cuckold and is shortened to NTR. It's basically a hentai genre wherein a heroine will be introduced as having a significant other, which may be a husband, a boyfriend, or another partner. And then the story will then show the aforementioned heroine being intimate with another man and thus providing jealousy in the audience by proxy. And I got that from the Urban Dictionary. Thank you, Urban Dictionary. And I don't know, maybe it's just, I honestly don't see the appeal because I don't find it appealing personally, though maybe some people like it because maybe they think that married women are just kind of like this trophy or this prize that they can't get, and then to see it happen. You know, yeah, just scrap everything I just said, scratch all that, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't actually know why it's appealing, because I personally don't find it appealing. So I can't really comment on why it is or is not, and I just kind of hope it dies, either silently or very brutally. Either way is fine with me. Because I don't really like those kind of relationships. I don't think that they should be flaunted or shown as something that is the right thing to do. Though some people seem to find the appeal of it, and I guess that's fine for them. It's just not something that I agree with. All right, and thank you all for your questions thus far, and if you'd like to send in an email to me, you can at mailbagshowdown@glassreflection.net. That is mailbagshowdown@glassreflection.net. And until next time, ladies, gentlemen, and others, stay frosty.